What's up, everyone? It's Scotty with MoneyVest. In today's video, we are going to be talking about PayPal, ticker symbol PYPL, and PayPal is going to potentially shock the world. I'm going to go over the entire interview with CNBC that Alex Chriss had. So I'm going to break down exactly the bullet points of what he said, what he meant, and why this is probably one of the best interviews I've seen from a CEO, and also go over PayPal's fundamentals to break down why, in my opinion, this is still a company that's worth looking into, which has been written off for the last couple of years. So hope you all enjoyed this video, find it helpful. If you do, make sure that you drop a like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Again, links to our Discord and Patreon is going to be down below if you're interested in joining us, and of course getting access to all the members only private videos. And again, there is a 16% annual discount that's available for a few more days that you can take advantage of with the link down below as well. So first things first, Alex Chriss basically said, so first of all, the question was that why are there so many downgrades on PayPal? Why is so many price cuts on PayPal? Why is PayPal struggling as a stock? And to which Alex Chriss basically mentioned that innovation has been very slow for the company, and company is growing, but we haven't seen a lot of customer-facing innovation. And he also mentioned that, he's an underdog right now and he's ready for the challenge. And we will take all that feedback from analysts, from 45 different analysts that kind of cover the stock, and quote, shock the world, because they have that innovation day coming up on the 25th, and it is very clear in terms of what we need to do. So he was basically saying that we are very clear on where we need to put our focus. I'll go over that more in detail in just a little bit. And he also mentioned that 2024 would be a transition year for us, and it will be all about execution. And it starts with innovation. On the 25th, we're going to come out and have a very clear customer-backed innovation for our users, merchants, and Venmo. And PayPal has not delivered its value proposition to its consumers or merchants over the last few years, at least not to a level that PayPal is capable of. And we see exactly what consumers are purchasing all over the world. So they've got a lot of data, and we need to make a better value proposition, put more money into their pockets, and we have the ability to use AI, so artificial intelligence, to deliver incredible conversion rates and also connect small businesses and consumers. He also mentioned that we have 35 million merchants and on the platform, and when we improve their conversion rate, it's going to improve our bottom line as well. And then finally, he said that we have a ton of data at PayPal. We just need to harness all that data and use the power of AI to give consumers a small business and small businesses an advantage during these tough times. And finally, this is perhaps one of the most important things that I really liked from Alex Chriss. He said that we were very defocused, and now we have narrowed down our approach to 5 key areas for profitable growth. You will see moving forward that we are going to move away from some businesses and really focus our effort and energy into a few key areas for profitable growth. So that, I think, was a very, very good statement, because he kind of acknowledges the fact that PayPal was doing a lot of things. He mentioned that PayPal did a lot of acquisitions over the years, which were not great ones, and now the focus is going to be kind of narrowed down into a few key areas where PayPal is going to be focusing on. And that's really what's going to be the important piece of the overall equation moving forward. Now, in terms of the fundamental analysis, I don't know what happened there. I kind of froze for a little bit. But in terms of the fundamental analysis, as we already know, that PayPal does provide some pretty solid numbers. And I have no reason, I have no explanation as to why PayPal stock has been under so much pressure, because the fundamentals of the company have continued to be very, very solid. I mean, we're looking at 6.3 billion transactions. That's 11% growth, 56.6 transaction per active account. We're looking at $388 million in total payment volume. $7.4 billion in revenue here, 8% growth on a spot basis. Non-GAAP operating income was up, actually 8% year over year, $1.6 billion, and 22% operating margin. 22.2%. Non-GAAP EPS of $1.30. That's a 20% increase year over year. Free cash flow coming in at $1.1 billion for the company, with 430 million active consumers and merchant accounts, with over $1.5 trillion of total payment volume and 24 billion transactions as well. This right here are some of the things that they have been working on. Of course, P2B, friends and family, remittances, offers, checkout, recurring, PayPal credit, buy now, pay later, so BNPL, processing, in-store, merchant, lending, payouts, and invoicing. There's a lot of different services that PayPal has been providing in terms of that value proposition and consumer proposition, and of course merchant proposition to all of its users. Now, total payment volume again has been increasing, so 13% increase on a year-over-year basis to $388 billion from PayPal here, 15% year-over-year growth, and of course 13% growth on a foreign exchange basis. And this right here is going to be transactions and account activity. So transactions per active account reaching 56.6 and growing 13%. So we've got 428 million active accounts and 56.6 transactions per active account. And that, of course, has been trending upwards because engagement has been the main key focus for PayPal over the years, as they have kind of encouraged users to engage more, transact more on their platform. And to be honest, like, trust me, like, I've been using PayPal for now over 4 or 5 years. All of my businesses basically have revenue coming in through PayPal, and then PayPal is what sends it to my bank account. So like PayPal, I've never had any issues, touch wood, knock on wood, and it's been absolutely phenomenal service. Like, I really am pleased because earlier I used to use a different platform, Payoneer, and I switched it from Payoneer to PayPal. Recently, ever since, of course, I moved to Dubai, I've moved everything over to PayPal, and it's been a very, very seamless process of kind of handling our transactions and, of course, making those payouts and those transactions very, very seamless. Now, this right here, revenue, $7.4 billion. That's up 8-9% on a year-over-year basis. Again, very stable, very consistently growing revenues, and non-GAAP EPS also growing at 20%, with this right here being the fiscal 23 guidance, 21% growth on a non-GAAP basis. We got $4.98, almost $5 per share in earnings per share. So right now the stock's at 65 divided by 5. We're looking at a 14 times price to earnings multiple on a non-GAAP basis. Again, very, very strong, very low valuation if you consider the numbers here, and $4.6 billion growth in terms of that free cash flow for the company as well. And for fourth quarter, they're expecting, of course, 7 to 8% growth in revenues, non-GAAP EPS growth of 10%, and non-GAAP EPS is going to be $1.36 for the company as well. Active accounts has been the biggest issue and the challenge for PayPal, and that's actually one of the reasons why the stock has been underperforming over the years, because that, of course, from 429 million hasn't really gone anywhere in over last year, 428, so it's been rather flat. But again, engagement's been driving higher. Transactions are up. We've got total payment volume that's up. We've got revenue that's up. So everything is up on a year-over-year basis except for active accounts, and that's because of engagement being higher for the company. And of course, it's got very good balance sheet with over $15 billion of cash, with a little bit over $10 billion of debt. So negative net debt. That's exactly what we want to see. And the company's also buying back a significant amount of shares, returning $1.4 billion to shareholders in buybacks in the third quarter 23 as well. So when you consider PayPal purely from a fundamental standpoint, yes, it's got its issues. Yes, it's got its challenges with respect to competition. And again, I think, so Alex Chris also did mention something about competition with Apple Pay and of a lot of other services that are out there. He basically mentioned that PayPal is still a pretty dominant company when it comes to fintech and payment transactions. And it's got a lot of data that it needs to harness with the power of AI and, of course, offer a better value proposition to its consumers and to its merchants as well. So I'm actually excited what they announce on the 25th. Of course, earnings are coming up on February 7th. So this is, again, going to be a very, very exciting time for PayPal. 2024, as you mentioned, is going to be a year of execution, and the next target and resistance is going to be at $76, $77. And it's actually, in fact, the first time we're seeing a very nice, convincing move and a breakout above that 200 simple moving average literally since 2021. So it's been well over 3 years, almost 3 years, that PayPal has traded back above its 200 simple moving average. So that is going to be that next target and that next resistance level to watch for PayPal. And of course, right now, this is going to now turn back into a support at $65 per share. Also another support at 57. So let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. What do you think about PayPal? And what do you think is going to be some of those announcements that are going to potentially shock the world, as Alex Chris puts it? But the next target is going to be $76, $77. I wouldn't be surprised if PayPal actually does end up trading back up to those levels, even as much as $88, $89 per share. So maybe another 17 to 30% upside is possible for PayPal, considering everything that they're going to potentially announce, as well as the fundamentals that we have looked at for the company that remain incredibly strong, in my opinion at least. So let me know in the comment section below, what do you think about PayPal? As always, make sure that you drop a like and subscribe to the channel. Again, links to our Discord and Patreon is going to be down below. It's always happy investing. I'll see you all in the next video.